Maxwell here. We are on our way to Shot Expo in Melbourne. It is currently 5 o'clock in the morning in South Australia and we are heading off. Hopefully there's some stuff to watch in this video. Thanks for watching, guys. Well, I fucking hate Melbourne traffic. We finally got here to SHOT Show. It was an absolute nightmare getting in. Had a 45-minute detour over the Westgate Bridge into the city only just to turn around and come back to take the turn off that was blocked. But we're here. Let's go get into it and have a look at what's around. So I did not get a chance to take any videos at SHOT Show itself. I was extremely busy all weekend. Had a great time though, lots of fun, besides Melbourne traffic. After that, I went up and did some shooting with Rob, so here's some of that. Over in Melbourne with Rob Hunoz. How you going, mate?
Guys? Good, mate. Yourself?
Bloody good. We spent, I spent 2 days at Shot Expo, and pretty busy time. And I'll tell you what, I'm glad to be back out in the bush.
Mate, definitely. I didn't do day one, but from all accounts, that was absolute carnage. Day 2 was still massive numbers, but a lot more socially acceptable.
Yeah, it was very socially acceptable on the Sunday.
Definitely.
Very happy. I was there with Scoped Out, helping them out, and they had an absolute awesome weekend. So if you were out there and you came and bought something from us, thank you very much. We appreciate it. What are we doing tonight?
Well, we had a little bit of a little early burst. We got out and smashed a few clays, which was a bit of fun.
And the clays were good fun.
Maxie didn't tell me before we started that he's both ambidextrous and a Olympic trap shooter. So thanks for that, Max. Really appreciate you making me feel better there, pal.
Yeah, not quite. I had a good session, that's for sure.
Smashing doubles like they were going out of fashion, and we're not talking drinks, so pretty impressive there. But yeah, tonight we're out at a decent little property here. Holds a lot of foxes. Yeah, of late, we've managed to even put down a Sambar here, which is sort of out of area for the deer. But while Maxie's out of his backyard and in mine, we thought it'd be only fair if we get out and see if we can't put a couple of red dogs on the ground, and
bloody oath.
We'll test out a bit of thermal gear and maybe overkill. We've got the 223 and 300 Win Mag, so we'll see how that pans out. But hey, look. If all accounts, weather's good, wind's right, if the animals come out, should be fun. If not, we'll find something to make it fun. Bloody oath, mate, bloody oath. No, I'm keen. I'm happy to be over in Victoria, and I'm looking forward to going hunting with you finally. Let's do it, mate. We've been talking about it for a while.
We've been talking a while, and it's happening.
It's here, it's happening. Let's make sure we put a few numbers on the ground now and make a night out of it.
Good stuff, let's go.
Too easy, let's hit the road. There, Mr. Max.
Fucking smoked.
Good shot.
Smoked. Good way to start the night. So
bloody oath.
Rob knows how to zero a rifle. That's a good start.
Well, the other one was half the size, and you nailed him between the eyes. So
well, we gave it a red old crack, and we didn't get anywhere. We haven't even seen a fox. I don't believe Victorians even have foxes anymore.
No, it's just a figment of our imagination, apparently.
Yeah, I reckon so.
That's why they've upped the bounty to $14 because they know they're not going to lose a cent, the bastards.
Either that or Rob's just too good. He's left none on these properties for me.
Definitely not the case, I assure you, mate. I think they got the message that Maxwell, the fox mauler, was on his way, and they well and truly decided to vacate the premises.
No, it's all good. We had a good night. It was a good hunt. Look, got a hare, we got a rabbit.
Always good to catch up, whether you get the results or not on the night. I think nothing better than getting out and about and giving it a red hot go, as you say. And
bloody oath, mate. Thanks for having me out,
mate. Pleasure. Thanks for coming out. The good news is for me, I live 10 minutes down the road. You've got how many hours to drive?
I got 4-hour drive. It's 10:30 right now.
You'll be right, big fella.
I'm going to try and get 2 hours in at least. Get the other side of Melbourne so I don't get
absolutely
hammered with traffic. It is terrible here. I don't know how you live with it.
But I'm a very patient man, mate. I'm married.
Well, I'm engaged, so I better get used to it.
Pal.
All right. So from there, I headed over towards Barnsdale. Got on the other side of Melbourne, which was nice. Travelling at night, not so much traffic, which I really enjoyed.
and then caught up with Stu and Luke in the morning, and we headed out and did a little shooting and looking for Sambar.
Impact.
He's dead.
That actually doesn't recoil too bad for how light that is.
My God, it's that Manil brake, the JST.
Stop recording, Ken.
It's so smooth.
I do that every time to get eyes.
Yeah, it seems like it would be a mistake.
There you go, just don't miss. Impact!
Ah, that was your frame. It's fucked up.
Ah, fuck out now. Low. Straight underneath at 6 o'clock.
Mouthful of fucking dirt. Man, I was holding dead center on the target, so could just be my positioning in the scope compared to you.
Yeah, like he's block-eyed or something because I always miss. There you go. 50 cows.
50 cows.
So from here we headed off for the afternoon to go glass for some Sambar. The first time I've actually been in Sambar country over in Victoria. It was a very eye-opening experience to how hard it is for the hunters over there, that's for sure. We spent the first few hours sitting on this hill face looking for deer and not seeing anything until the sun started to finally go down and they started just coming out of the woodwork. Watching this hind and her young fawn for quite a while, about 680 metres, but not in a real great spot for a shot. Kept looking, spotted a few more here and there, but all way further away before we headed out for the night for some thermal hunting.
Oh, I'm hitting the wrong fucking button.
Unfortunately, we didn't see any foxes at this stage. I still didn't believe the foxes actually exist in Victoria, as the previous night with Rob I hadn't seen any either. But we managed to knock over a few hares.
Back, buddy. You fucking little bastard. Get it nice and crispy.
About it for day one and night in East Gippsland. It was a great day getting to see some Sambar, and we got to bed relatively early in the swags, ready for a morning hunt. Up before daylight and out to the next property. So once we got to this property in the morning, we did notice a few fallow feeding up at the time we didn't know they were fallow, but feeding up a hillside, eventually just cresting at the top there. We then switched to watch an opposing face as the sun came up and spotted a couple of Sambar.
It's just behind a little bit of foliage at the moment. Yeah, it's about to step out in the open. You got to ignore that, Max, or have a look on camera here. Hang on.
Another hind and a snack pack, as the boys like to call them, popped out a little while later. We watched them for a while. I decided not to take the shot. I still had 3 more days in East Gippsland, so we just watched them for a while, and that was pretty cool to see them moving around. They're definitely aware that we were there. Our wind was blowing straight over them. They were probably about 550 metres away, I think, roughly. But yeah, really cool to watch.
one's gonna move. There's still the other one to the right.
It's really amazing how well they just disappear back into the bush.
Yeah.
You get them in these tiny little clearings and then just gone. They really are a ghost of the bush.
Up to 4.8 max. He's gonna come up or something.
So after the morning of watching Sambar, we headed back to Bairnsdale. Stu had some work to finish up at the workshop, so we headed round there and did that. Later that evening, we headed out for a thermal hunt again. I thought I'd finally spotted my first Victorian fox, but it turned out to just be a wombat. Quite amusing to see these guys in a thermal. After a few seconds, I quickly realised that it wasn't a fox, quite obviously, but 4 legs and moving in South Australia is generally a rabbit or a fox, and it's definitely not rabbit-sized. Not long after that, though, I did encounter my first Victorian fox. Unfortunately, he didn't want to come into the whistle. He was actually across the road on a neighbouring property. So we had to let him walk and continued on the night. So on the way out, we spotted this guy in one of the paddocks. Stu jumped out and grabbed his rifle, quickly trying to take care of him.
He's got to be nearly on top of it.
Wasn't quite the cleanest shot that we'd hoped for, but it was a bit of a rush situation. So Stu headed out there to find him.
Yeah. Might be a pup.
And he didn't get too far away. It's now the following morning, and me and Luke headed out for a nice early morning hunt. We were out in the dark, and we were just pulling up to the property we were going to hunt on and head into one of the gullies. I thought I'd have a quick scan with the thermal and noticed all these deer, so we thought we'd hang out till daylight and see what was around. Things escalated pretty fast from there. As soon as the sun came up, a stag appeared in one of the gullies and started feeding up away from us, so we quickly got set up. The grass was too long to get a good prone shot, so on the bonnet it was with the 338 lap. After about 2 minutes, which felt like an eternity, he finally turned and gave me a good broadside shot. I took the shot and put him down. There he is.
First Sambar. Fucking well done.
Cheers, mate. Thanks for having me out.
Yeah, I'm having it mounted.
G'day guys, Maxwell from In the Dark here, getting out in the day, as Matty would say. I just want to say a big quick thank you to the Gillahans and Luke Munro for bringing me out here in the high country and getting my first Sambar stag, well my first Sambar in general. The guys were kind enough to loan me some gear and get out here, and yeah, a nice early start this morning, but got out here on first light and this guy was just walking up through the gully and managed to get a little chip shot of 550 on him with Stu's Desert Tech here in 338 lap. Put him down reasonably quick and happy days. So thanks again for having me out, guys, I really appreciate it. Heading home on, what day is it?
What's today, Thursday?
It's Thursday, heading home tomorrow morning, so we better get to work.
So after we were done butchering the Sambar and getting the cape, we headed back to Luke's place to finish cleaning up the meat and cape out the rest of the face. Unfortunately, I was going to have a good time lapse of this, but my GoPro decided that it was already very low on battery when I started this, so I only got about 5 minutes of footage. After we finished doing that, we headed to the Buchan pub for dinner, and Maddie got some dino nuggets, not by choice, but from not being there early enough to order. After a good meal at the pub, we headed up to the gully that we were initially going to hunt in the morning, just have a bit of a look and see what was happening. There's a pretty good wallow in there, and this little guy was hanging out having a bath. Pretty cool experience watching these guys hang out and do their thing. After that, we headed off thermal hunting.
Fired me earmuff off. Fuck. What? Got to put my earring on again. Fucking my left ear is just copping it. Fucking hell. Finally! In the day, fucking shoot something in the dark.
Were you recording that? Because I wasn't.
I can't be on this morning.
Oh, it's been. Oh, we got that one, mate.
For a second that it was a hare. I was thinking, fuck, if I've just stopped this and it's another hare, Max is going to crack the shits into the phone.
I'd rip into you pretty good.
Yeah, I was making pretty damn sure.
Well, that was a bloody good way to end the trip, that's for sure.
G'day guys, just a little wrap up to my Victorian trip. I decided to take the long way home from Balancedale and I've come up into the high country just for a quick look. It's awesome to get out with the boys and a bit of banter and just a great time. I can't wait to get back out here and do it all again, hopefully real soon. Anyway, thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next one.